they got rid of Sheamus for Baron Corbin? Are you fucking kidding me? Absolutely nobody wanted this. Anyway, welcome to Let's Play Gran Turismo 4 Part 76. I'm in the Spitfire because I actually remembered to do the thing. That I wanted to do. And yeah, apparently, the AI does just suck, because I won that race completely stock from a grid start by like 2 seconds. Anyway, our next event, actually, we're going up here. Because unlike the first 3 games, we don't have to group all of the endurance races in the whole game together in like one big long batch of episodes. I could break them up into shorter batches of episodes spread throughout the playthrough because different license requirements for each one, unlike all of them having the same license requirement in the other games. Or, well, in GT2 there were 2 that were IB and the rest were IA, but the reason I grouped them all together in that game was because of the way races were structured. It just made, and like the license tiers and everything were structured, it just made sense to group them all together. And when I redo GT2, I'm probably gonna do it the same way. Because yes, I am redoing GT2. I'm gonna do the vanilla version. Anyway, we are gonna be doing the Trial Mountain 30 laps endurance. This is gonna be the first one we do. Maximum power limit of 296 horsepower. So I am going to... Well, let me first open the preview up, actually. Because that's not where I wanted to go. Okay. Let me open the preview up. Because... yeah, this car's under 296, so I can use this to open the preview. I'm not using it to enter the race. Whatever, I could have just used the typical opponents thing. Why did I open the fucking preview? What am I doing? Anyway. Let me see what else would show up here. Yeah, it's just... Oh, yeah. Is that the wait, is that the V6? It might not be the V6. If it's not the V6, it might not be a problem. Okay, yeah, this looks like a relatively easy one. Okay. Well, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be a little bit unconventional here. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to Germany. I hope they fucking have it, please. Yes! They got it! My GT3 starter. Yeah, I'm gonna buy this. It's more expensive than it was in GT3, but... yeah. Anyway. This was my starter in GT3. Alright, so I'm gonna go to the tune shop. I'm gonna change my tires. I'm gonna go with Racing Hards. Stage 1 weight reduction. Yeah, I'm gonna just do the whole 9 yards, the whole shebang, because, right, this is front wheel drive. I'm just gonna do the whole shebang because I don't wanna be, I'm not gonna do that. I just don't want to be, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to be raging because, I know how I can get. So I want to, like, since this is an endurance race and it's 30 laps, it's going to be longer than anything we've done so far in the playthrough, I want to make sure I'm, like, I want to make sure I win it first try, you know? Endurance events. Alright, let's see if we can pull this off. Trial Mountain, 30 laps. Let me go to a memory card save before I start this race, actually, because I might need to do my first save state of the playthrough. Depending on how tired I get during this one. And here's the other thing, okay? Because save states are so dangerous to use in this game, anytime I finish a race that I used save states in, I'm going to delete the save state from my computer. Like, completely. Even from the recycle bin. Like, completely delete it from the computer. So that way it has no chance to corrupt my memory card. Alright, let's go for it. Let's start the 30 laps. Okay. Here we go. Let's see how we do. .26 rates. Okay, this is gonna be fine. This is gonna be the first race of the playthrough where we're gonna need to pit, though. This is absolutely gonna be the first race of the playthrough where we're gonna need to hit a pit stop. I don't think there was an Elise in here. Now here's the thing, right, is I could have used, like, another car in my garage, but I just really wanted to use the Beetle. I just really wanted to use this specific Beetle at some point in the playthrough. And it just wasn't going to be viable for this game's Beetle Cup like it was in GT3, so... But I wanted to use it for something. I might need to put more power into it, actually. Oh, shit. Whoops, I didn't mean to make contact. I might need to put more power into the Beetle, to be honest. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Also, yeah, this endurance race isn't in the vanilla game. This is new to the Spec 2 mod. But yeah, the endurance races are the races where I don't want to try to be competitive and make it challenging. Because I just want to... These are the ones that, because of how long they are, I just want to fucking win them. Get them over with, right? So... But I mean, I still didn't want to go, like, overboard, which is why I kept the power down to, like, 181. instead of like right below the 296 limit, you know? Yup. Yellow Beetle stays goated. Yellow new Beetle stays goated. Let's go. I probably could have done this on sports softs, and those tires would probably last longer than racing hards, but... And that might end up costing me, actually, and that might end up... My tire choice might end up making this race more challenging and a lot closer than I want it to be. Which would make it interesting for the viewer, but might make it more difficult for me. Would absolutely make it more difficult for me, actually, but oh well. I got this, don't worry. Even if I don't got it first try, I still got this. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, stop fucking up your turning. Brother. Also, yeah, this is also going to be the first race of the playthrough where fuel is actually going to play a role in the race, too. Not only are we going to have to pit for tire change, but we're also going to have to pit for fuel as well. Depending on how long the fuel lasts in this car anyway. We might not even need to pit for fuel at all. This car might be so good on gas that we might not even have to ever get fuel during any of our pit stops. I don't know. So this is also only a 30-lap enduro, so like, and if you remember from GT2, the GT2 Let's Play, the Trial Mountain 30 laps is not that long. It's like just under or just over an hour in length, usually. Like, even when I was a kid and I never wanted to do the endurance races because of how long they were, the Trial Mountain 30 laps in GT2 was always one that I was okay with doing. Because it was the shortest one, honestly. And, oh, and the Super Speedway 150 miles in GT3. I was always okay with doing that, too. That was actually probably the true shortest one. Maybe the Trial Mountain 30 laps was still shorter. I can't remember. I'd have to look at my playlists. Or playlist, because I do have a combined playlist. That's just like like the whole Let's Play marathon in one playlist. There's certain things later in the game that I'm so scared of doing. Specifically, like the final 3 super license tests and any driving mission after driving mission 10. Because I've never beaten any of that shit before. And I'm just kind of scared that those might be my roadblocks to 100%. I mean, like, especially with knowing how hard Mission 34 is, and then knowing that this mod has an extra mission that I'm gonna have to do, or actually 5 extra missions that I'm gonna have to do, and Mission 40 is even harder than Mission 34. And I'm already, like, I already don't know if I'll be able to do Mission 34. It's like, uh, those are some pretty big potential barriers to 100% completion for me, so I don't even know if this Let's Play will end up being 100%. I might have to change this by the end of to not being 100%. Or what I might have to do to still get 100%, and I would really hope nobody would judge me for this and would understand why I did this. I might have to, I'd still, like, show off the missions and stuff that I can't do. But then I would, like, cheat my way through them. I'll use in-game cheats to get the trophies on them so that I could still get the completion. Hopefully it doesn't come to that, because I don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that. But if I absolutely have to, I will. And I will justify it by showing that I genuinely did try, at least, before I ended up resorting to that. The driving mission on New York. Or was it New York or was it Seoul Central? I can't remember. There's a driving mission on one of the city tracks later in the game that's really hard. That was like the furthest I got on my last playthrough. Like my last casual playthrough in terms of the driving missions. That was the furthest I got before I gave up. Front right tire is orange, so I should probably make a pit stop soon. Maybe even on the end of this lap. Because my front left is yellow. Also, I'm pretty sure I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the endurance races give really good prize cars. They also all give really good money, too. Also, yeah, the reason we're able to do this now is because, I forgot to mention, is because we've finished all the A license 1 makes, so. Yeah. I think International B is the only licensed tier that has like a batch of 1 makes left, and then International A I think only has one 1 make. So yeah. Also, yeah, Spec 2 mod changes the special condition events, which is why we haven't done any special condition events yet. Instead of the special condition events start, like the easy special condition events being A license, those have been changed to International B license, so that's why we haven't done any of the easy special condition events yet. I'm going for a pit stop now. We don't need any fuel, and yeah, I don't have any other I don't have any other tires, good tires anyway to change to other than racing hards, so just stay with the racing hards. Yep, Animated pit stops. For the first time in the series, we finally have proper pit stops and not just some fucking lift and invisible guy bullshit. For the first time in the entire Gran Turismo series, we have fully animated pit stops, and that was in the vanilla game, by the way. That's not a new thing to the Spec 2 mod. That's a new addition to the vanilla GT4 experience. The Spec 2 mod would not be able to add something like that if it wasn't in the original game, I can assure you. That is very, very far outside the barriers of a GT4 mod. Like, absolutely no GT4 mods could do that. That's here because it was part of the vanilla game. So yeah. Gran Turismo 4 introduced animated pit crews to the series for the first time. So shout out Gran Turismo 4 for that. That was one thing that actually like blew my mind when I was a kid. Because when I got this game on Christmas Day 2005, I was so used to GT3, right? And I was like a dumb kid that like sometimes if I was like losing a race already, I would be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna check out to see what the pit's like. Right? So I would be losing a race in this game, so I would go into the pit when I didn't really even need to go into the pit just to see what it's like, and I saw the animated pit crew. That was when I saw the animated pit crew for the first time, and that shit blew my mind. So yeah. Anyway, I need to pit, the next pit stop needs to be lap 14. If I want to keep it consistent. Which would mean the next pit stop after that would need to be lap 21. And then lap 28 would be the final pit stop. Why do I keep going down to second gear there? I don't need to. At least not that I think. Whoops. It's okay, I think I've pretty much solidified my win at this point, so yeah. Oh, I think I used this car, pretty sure I used this car for this exact race in my GT2 Let's Play as well, didn't I? I could be wrong, I could be misremembering, but I'm pretty sure I used this yellow Beetle for the Trial Mountain 30 laps in GT2 as well. And then this car ended up being my starter car in GT3, in the GT3 Let's Play, and also got me through a lot of, even like the mid-game events in GT3. This car, great starter car in GT3, honestly. Underrated sleeper starter car in GT3. This thing got me through quite a bit of the amateur league as well, actually. So yeah. And then, now in GT4, I'm just using it here. But like, I have a long history with this car too. If you haven't ever watched my GT3 Let's Play, I'll explain it to you now. The first ever game I ever played was GT3. and like in my life. First ever game I ever played in my life was Gran Turismo 3. And the first car I ever drove in it was a yellow Volkswagen Beetle. Like this exact one. And I also had a large toy model that I got on my second birthday, I think, of this exact car as well. So, long before I ever used it in GT3. Actually, the fact that I had the toy car of it was the reason why I used it in GT3 when I was so young. And that's why I reuse it so much now, is because I have a childhood nostalgic attachment to it. Fuck. Sorry, my throat's starting to get sore. I'm definitely gonna need to drink some water on the next pit stop. That'll be my that'll be my personal refueling. My human refueling. Fuck, sorry I keep coughing. That is a front right, almost yellow anyway. Whoa. Part of me kind of wonders if I can get this done before Aerotech finishes his Let's Play of this game, but at the same time, it's like, I'm fairly certain because of the difference in how we're formatting our playthroughs of the game, he's probably gonna get his done much quicker. You know, I'm doing like shorter episodes, single event per episode, like one episode dedicated to each event, you know? Whereas Arrow's just like 4 to 6 to 7, anywhere, maybe upwards of even like 10 hours of just general gameplay in one episode. So, like, I'm pretty sure he's gonna be done his Let's Play before I'm done mine. It's not a race anyway. I'm not trying to make it a race. I was just kind of curious. Like, I wonder if it would. I wonder if it'd be possible. No, it's probably not. Okay. This is not the pitting lap. Next lap is the pitting lap. But, yeah. But yeah, GT4 isn't as forgiving on tire damage as GT3 is. Like, GT3, you could still get away with, like, running on, like, 3 orange tires and 1 yellow before going for a pit stop. You can't get away with that in GT4. GT4, it's like as soon as one tire starts going orange or red, it's like you need to hit the pit. I prefer to hit the pit as soon as one tire starts going orange, but I extended it a little bit in this race. Instead of doing 6 laps, I'm doing... Well, I did lap 7 because I was scared that if I did lap 6, I would lose my lead. And now because I did lap 7, I'm just keeping it consistent by doing every 7 laps. But I should have probably done every 6 laps. That probably would have been a more optimal strat. Or just going for, you know, sports tires that last longer. And then going for longer stints, but... I went with the racing hard tires because I wanted to. Where'd you get the racing slick compound? You wanted to. Oh, okay, looks like we're going... Okay. I missed my pit stop. We're going for lap 15 then, but I'll get it back on track on lap 21, and I will do lap 21 and 28. So there will be a 6 lap stint next, but that's only to get it back on track, and then the final stint will be 7 laps. I love how I missed my pit stop after rambling that this was a trend in GT3, and it's gonna be a trend in GT4 as well. I think it was a trend in GT2 too. Missing my pit stop timing is going to be a trend throughout every playthrough in this marathon, clearly. Because I actually just can't fucking do anything right. See how bad that understeer is? When I don't pit. See how red that front right tire is? And how orange that front left tire is? Sweet fucking Jesus. We're absolutely good on fuel. I needed a drink of water. Yeah, because we have animated pit crews in GT4, the pit stops also last longer than they do in any of the first 3 games. Oh. Careful, buddy. Alright, so don't forget to pit on lap 21 to get it back on track. I can get away with doing that. My lead is pretty good right now. Over a minute, so... Yeah, a minute too. So... Yeah, you know? If I had done every 6 laps instead of every 7 laps, I would have had to pit more frequently, but also my final pit stop would have been lap 24 instead of lap 28. I just did the math for fun. And also because, you know, nothing else to really do when you're alone in an endurance race. Holy shit. Whoopsie daisy. I wonder how fast this car could take these turns on racing soft tires. I might test that theory at some point later in the playthrough. Not on this race, but on this track. Whoa, wall. That's because honestly I'm getting fucking sleepy. Lap 18. My best lap is a 1:44.541 currently. Also, yeah, there was a Trial Mountain endurance race in GT3 as well, but it wasn't the Trial Mountain 30 laps. It was Trial Mountain 2 hours, which was much more difficult. Or sorry, which was much longer, I mean, and also used much higher speed, higher spec cars. This is essentially the exact event that was in GT2. That was a little bit slow through that section, but it's okay. Also, if you heard a bunch of noise there, I was putting my feet under the table because, like, I'm laying down while I'm playing this. And, the way I lay down, usually I have like it hurts my legs, so I changed my positioning of my legs. I put them under the table so that they're more like straight out. And if I actually lay like straight out flat on my bed, the other way, I wouldn't see the TV at the angle I need to see it at, cause like I'm laying across my bed with like my head and my leg, like my feet on like the sides, you know, not at the actual head and foot of my bed, cause that's the way like the TV is facing, right? So. Yeah, I put my feet under the table. So that way my legs are stretched and I'm not fucking hurting myself or cramping myself up or anything. So yeah, that's why all that noise was a thing. If you heard all that noise anyway, it was just my feet going under the table. We're on lap 20, so that means we got 11 laps left. I was trying not to hit him. I didn't mean to hit him. Oh, there he go. Yo, dude. Okay, yeah, I'm getting sleepy, so I'm probably gonna need to call it a day after this episode, after this race. Hopefully my sleepiness doesn't cause me to forget to pit on this lap, though. On lap 21. I hope I remembered to turn my fan off before I started recording this episode. Feels like it's turned off, but I don't know. We still don't need fuel. No, my fan's not on. Okay, good. Just taking another drink of water while I had a chance. And back onto the track we go. For our next stint of 7 laps, and we're gonna need to pit again on lap 28. Holy shit. You know, I'm really happy that I'm winning this without too much effort. That's exactly what I want for the endurance races, to win without too much effort. Although there's some races later in the game that I'm gonna need to put a lot of effort into, regardless if my car's OP or not. 24 hours. Alfa Romeo is making a pit stop, okay. Mini yeet there on the chicane. That was cool. Jesus Christ, this episode's 50 minutes into it. Oh my god, fuck. 50 minutes into this episode already? Jesus fucking hell, man. Whoa. No, not time to pit yet. That's lap 28. And then 29 will be my out lap, and 30 will be, yeah, the final lap. So I'll only be doing 2 laps on fresh tires after that pit stop, but oh well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna need to refuel at all in this race. I think I'm goated for, yeah. I think I'm good to go on that front. I think I'm golden for that. A little bit too early there, but oh well. Fuck, I'm literally falling asleep. Oh my god, what am I doing? Holy shit, I need to stay awake to finish this shit. Fuck. I'm sorry. I got this, but as soon as I'm done, I'm taking a fucking nap. I'm zonking the fuck out. Oh, yeet! Lap 20 fucking 6. The day I'm recording this is July 11th, and I gotta try to get more endurance races recorded by, before July 14th. I gotta try to at least get, because after July 14th, I gotta take a week off. I gotta take a week hiatus from recording these videos. Because I have a dentist appointment on July 14th, to get 3 wisdom teeth removed. So for that, yeah, until July 20, I won't be able to record anything between July 14th and July 21st, at least not anything with commentary in it. So I think part 73 is scheduled to go up on July 16th. So if this is scheduled for July 19th, and I need to have episodes recorded, I need to have episodes scheduled for probably up to July 21st, yeah. So that means I want to try to have episodes scheduled up to July 22nd. So that means I gotta try to have, well, this episode's gonna be for July 19th. I gotta try to have up to part 79 scheduled by July 14th. And it's July 11th right now, which means I gotta do 3 more endurance races after this in a span of 3 days. Fuck. So that way I can actually have videos still going up during the hiatus. And I can record at least like 2 more episodes on, like, you know, the 21st and the 22nd. To have those ready for the... And then hopefully I can keep myself up with, episodes, you know? Because I'm trying to keep the daily uploads going. I'm trying not to take a break during the endurance races. Even though I'm going to have to take a week-long break from recording, I'm trying not to take a break from daily uploads, right? So, yeah. I'm trying to keep the daily uploads consistent. But unfortunately, I might need to take a break. If I don't have enough episodes recorded by the 14th, I might actually need to take a slight hiatus from uploading. Hopefully it won't be as long as, you know... Hopefully it won't be as long as, you know, my GT3 hiatuses were, but... Because I took a lot of breaks during the GT3 Let's Play. But to be fair, GT3 was a lot more tedious than GT4. In terms of, like, career mode structure, anyway. Alright, final pit stop of the race. And we still don't need to fuel. Although I need to refuel on water again, for sure. Yeah, the race itself is going to be under an hour. But the episode's going to be a little bit over an hour, clearly. Because right now in the episode, it's, well, in the recording it's 59 minutes. I don't know what it is in the actual episode. It depends on if I cut out the, me watching the preview or not. Oh, wall and grass. Slowing me down. Not good. It's okay though, I still got this. Ayo. Whoa, fuck that up. I didn't mean to do that. Why am I fucking up so much on this lap? I don't know. My eyes aren't sleepily drooping as much as they were before the pit stop, so I don't know why I'm fucking up so much on this lap. I don't think I was able to get any turbo stuff for this car in GT3, but I was able to get turbo for the car in GT2, and I'm once again able to get turbo for the car in GT4. But in GT3, this car was NA only. I think I used it for both beginner and no amateur NA sports. I think I used a Corvette for, or maybe that was professional NA sports. Maybe I used the Beetle for both beginner and amateur NA sports in GT3. I don't know. I know I used it for beginner race of NA sports in GT3. Anyway. Whoa, careful. Whoa there, buddy. Whoa there, buddy. Alright. Got it. 54 minutes and 49 seconds. That's how long that endurance race was. Let's get our... Ooh, 200,000. I told you get good prize money for that. I told you the endurance is paid out well. Alright, time to see what our prize car is. What do we got? Nice. Well, that's a car we can use later on in the playthrough, so I'm not gonna sell that. That is going to be very useful for a specific event later on. Much later on. Like, deep into the hundreds of parts later on. No, we're not saving yet. I want to show that car. Toyota, where are you? There you are. There it is. That is a nice GT500. We might end up with more GT500s the more Enduros we finish. What's our current garage count? 91 cars. 10 pages of cars. Fuck. Well, 45.8% game completion as well. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next episode. Remember to like and subscribe. Bye.